Guiding Light, presented by Does, the soap that does everything in your washing machine, and Ivory Soap, the most famous soap in the world. And now, the Guiding Light, created by Erna Phillips.
Why, Richard, I thought you'd already left for the office. Why, it's going on 10.
I know what time it is. Laura, I've been very disturbed.
You've been disturbed. What do you think I've been? Do you realize we haven't seen Dick?
Yes, I know.
Grand jury hearing. Have you seen this morning's paper?
Yes, it's the same story the news wrote up when Kathy was questioned at headquarters. Doesn't say anything.
Repetition, Richard, makes a deep impression.
Laura, I've been wanting to talk to you ever since I saw Dick at the hospital, when he asked me for a loan of $25,000.
I suppose you feel guilty because you didn't give him the money so that his wife could be released on bond.
Well, don't you?
Certainly not.
Well, I feel guilty for a number of reasons.
Well, there's no doubt that he's your son with his overwhelming sense of duty.
Duty is hardly the word. What I'm talking about is a matter of decency.
Decency? How can you use that word in the same breath with Kathy, a girl who killed a man?
You don't know that any more than I do.
Well, the grand jury will decide that after they've heard the facts.
Until they make their decision, neither you nor I have any right to condemn Kathy.
You don't think so? Well, I do. All right. Suppose for the moment that we assume that Kathy had nothing to do with her first husband's death. Do you think that there was any decency in her lying? Do you excuse the fact that Kathy married our son without having told him that she was married before? As I told Kathy and Dick, how do we know whose child she's going to bear? Bob Lang's or Dick's?
When did you see Kathy?
Well, I had a long talk with her a week or so ago.
No wonder we haven't heard from Dick.
She's a very shrewd young woman. I explained fully our reactions to all that's happened.
You had no right to talk for me, Laura.
Kathy is more than willing to give Dick a divorce. She's already told him that. I can't think of anything that could have been more effective as far as our son is concerned. That's all she had to say to bring out the so-called chivalry of a young man who thinks he's an idealist and feels he has to live up to the role.
Is that what you think of our son? Laura, I want to tell you something. I'm proud of Dick. He's doing no more than I'd do for you under similar circumstances. But I'm very much ashamed of myself as a parent. We have a fine son with a real sense of values. Values that you and I don't seem to have been able to live up to. And I think you should know that from here on out, I intend to do everything I can for Dick and his wife, and our grandchild.
Well, Richard, perhaps you'll change your tune after the grand jury hears this case. In fact, I'm sure you will.